So what we're going to look at now is sort of the background processes, the system software that is running, and we're going to see it in action. And this is quite useful on your machine at home. It's usually disabled inside the school because it's quite sensitive. But I'm going to choose to run a program called Task Manager. There we go. And what this will do, as we've saw earlier with all of these services, these run in the background of the computer, and I can see them running. They're called processes. So over here they're called services, over here they're called processes. And when I click on processes, I get to see all the programs that are running in the background of my computer. These are controlling the computer. So the one that I've just started is Task Manager.exe. That means it's an executable, a runnable application, and it's telling me that it's started up. Every time I start an application up, it will appear in this list. When you get a virus, the chances are that it will be placed in the background of your computer, and there is a chance that if you scroll through this list, you'll probably see something unusual, particularly if you're familiar with it, and be able to spot a virus or something working. However, at the moment, these are all the programs I've got. Let's start an application. Let's start, do I have Python on here? Yes, I certainly do. So I'm going to start idle. And watch what happens. There we go. If you notice, just started Python, and now the computer is saying that it's got 2 running applications for Python doing different things. Now, all of these programs are running at the same time. We call this multitasking because it's running a lot of programs at the same time. You're not aware of it. You think you've only got one, such as Python, up and running, but there are about 20 or 30 different programs in the background running your computer. These processes are multitasking, but they aren't exactly running at the same time. If you look at the PowerPoint presentation that I gave you, it will explain that actually the CPU is letting each program run for a small amount of time. So it's letting that one run for a very small amount of time, then it's letting that one run, then it's letting that one run, then it's letting that one run, and so on until it goes through them all and it goes back to the start. But they only get a little bit of CPU time. So it appears like they're all running together, but they're not, because the computer's so fast. It whizzes through all of these programs really, really quickly, giving them the impression that you're multitasking. So if I click in the Python window, let's see if I can type something and see if anything changes. Print. Hello. I'm not seeing anything at all there. There we go. When I pressed enter, it quickly changed this one here. So this one is idle. And we'll do that one again. We'll get the command back up. Oh, I'll have to type it again then. Print. Hello. And what I want you to do is keep your eyes over here on the CPU usage. I'll tell you when I press the button and you watch it change. So I'm going to press now. Hello. Didn't even change. It was so quick. So all of these programs, they're running. These are called processes, otherwise known as utility software, otherwise known as applications. They control the computer, they manage your computer, they manage your mouse, they manage your network. A lot of these service hosts here are managing the internet. There's the login area, the Google Drive sync, so it knows when Google Drive needs updating. Lots of programs running in the background making your computer work. So that is Task Manager. If we click through them, we can see the programs that are actually running. There's the computer management running, which is this window here. If I close that down, it disappears. This System 32 is telling me that I've got this folder open, so if I close that down, that disappears. Now we've got the shell running. If I close the shell down, that disappears, and it tells me I've got no applications running at all, but I still have plenty of processes. Again, we can judge the performance, see how much the CPU is being used, and we've got information down here telling us just how much is being used, how much page file swapping of data to virtual memory is done, how much we're going to use, a little bit about networking and whether we're on the internet, etc., and information about what's happening with the users. So this Task Manager is a really, really useful thing to see what's going on in your computer.